And I'm Francine.
And this is episode 4 of Manic Mums.
Yeah, we are live in isolation in our homes.
In lockdown.
Oh, I know. But you know what? It's not easy, but we all are coping. I've been ill all week. The problem is, who knows? Have I got the coronavirus? I have no idea. All I know is last Saturday, I had terrible shivers all through my body. I then was sweating, so obviously I had a fever. I've had a bunged up nose. I've had a cough that I don't know if I'm coughing because it's like from my chest sort of cough, if you know what I mean. It's a really weird feeling, and I've had everything, but you just don't know if it's that or if it's just another virus. And yeah, it's quite frustrating.
So how are you feeling now? Like, obviously this is the thing, I think there's so many people out there at this time of year that could have colds, that could have the flu, that are just normal things that we all have at this time of the year, because it's that changing period where, you know, you get really cold weather and then you start getting a bit of sun and your body's trying to acclimatize between those periods. But the thing is, how do we know if we've had it or not? I felt a bit rough a few weeks ago. I was having a bit of cold sweats and then I was feeling nauseous and on and off. But
yeah, I kept feeling nauseous.
Yeah, but we just don't know. We really don't know if we've had it or not. And I think you can only find out. How do you find out if you've had it? That's what I don't understand, because people are getting tested, but is that if you go to the hospital?
Yeah, that is, but they are doing an antibodies test soon, so there will be a way of testing if you're immune. I don't know if you can only test yourself if you have the virus, but you will be able to buy them on Amazon or in Boots. So I don't know if you can test yourself even after you're feeling better to know whether you've had it or not. That would be really, really interesting. But I've been feeling really sick all the time. My sister and her family have had it as well. But I mean, it's so possible because I've travelled from another country. I mean, my taste went. Weirdly enough, my daughter had no other symptoms, but she said, I can't taste anything. But everyone has it in different forms. So
that's the thing. I mean, I don't know if the kids have had it and then I've had it in a light form because they've passed it on from me from school. You just don't know. But what I feel like we should have had is like a really easy testing pack that goes out to the whole nation, so we know either way. Because if we're all sitting there with very little symptoms and then you've got kids with you or whatever, a lot of this could, I'm not saying be prevented, but these testing kits should be available for everybody at home, sent on your doorstep, and then, and the answers within 48 hours. But obviously the nation's doing what it can. We're all doing what we can. We're stuck at home in lockdown. Apart from not being well, how are you coping? I mean, I feel like you look really, really healthy. I think I look run down.
You don't. You look fabulous as always. I've got to tell you, I've had so much sleep.
You look really refreshed.
I feel like I just want to sleep the whole next 3 months away. It's awful. But I feel my coping mechanism is through sleep. Yeah. I mean, I've always loved my sleep anyway, but never get an opportunity to have much because we're always doing the school run and then getting through your day. And then the weekends come, and then again you've got so much to do because so Sunday's normally my only day. But I have just slept because I've been ill. I've been thinking, right, I'm just gonna not get in a routine of anything. I'm just gonna do what makes me feel okay, and that's what I've got through last week. It did stumble into this morning, so I got up early and then went back to bed, which is really naughty. I've got to stop doing this. But I think from when I start, I still don't feel 100%. Oh, hello, Rocco.
Say hi, it's Rocco.
I still don't feel 100%. So, how lovely.
You've just been drawing for me. This is the reality of the future because we're all working from home with the kids. Like now we're doing our podcast and obviously I've got 2 children at home. It's not like I can lock them away and say, go away for the next half hour. So this is actually the new reality. And I do wonder how I think society is going to change in a big way after this, because all the things we never thought we could potentially do, we're having to do. Like I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be homeschooling my kids. Like I'm not going to lie, I love the moment I drop them off so that then I can get into my own little zone, do my workout, organise all of my creative content. See?
Well, I haven't done any not properly anyway, any form of exercise yet. I've just walked the dog, but I haven't been out actually since I've been ill. I haven't been out for the last 7 days. So I tried to do a little bit in the garden the other day of exercise, but because I didn't feel good. But I'm going to start getting into routine, start doing some videos and DVDs to start making myself feel better. But doing a lot of cooking and that kind of thing, you know, it's a real wake-up call, isn't it? It's kind of like, it does, I mean, I joke about it, but I remember saying to my daughter not long ago, oh my God, because she's at that age where she's out all the time, and I said to her, oh, I'm gonna have to lock you up. And now I actually have.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Not me personally, but she's finding it difficult being that bit older, you know, being a teenager who just, you know, wants to be out. But like I said to her, we're all going through it. So you know, that's just part of, like, my son's absolutely fine. He's always just happy at home. He's just getting on with his schoolwork, doing everything he should do in his own times. There's no set routine. So if he wants to get up at 10 in the morning and then start his day, and so be it. That's how I've left it. I've left everything very casual, and whoever, I just want people to cope with it. I want us all in the house to cope with it. So however everyone copes, so be it.
Well, for me, I just have to share with you what Rocco just drew there, because I'm obviously talking a lot about mental health at the moment as well. Rocco, go and show us all that picture that you just drew. That is really interesting. So this is obviously what this lockdown, self-isolation is doing to even children. He's just drawn a picture. That's what he was showing me. He's drawn a picture of and written names of his friends at school. Let's try and look. He's got all of his friends' names on there.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, you're missing
and that's me, the birthday boy.
Oh, that's you, the birthday boy, because this is another thing about self-isolation. It's his birthday this week, and he can't have a party. So we're at home, aren't we, for your birthday? We're at home, aren't we? Yeah.
You can have a party with Mummy and Fleur and Daddy.
Yeah, we're going to have a party, aren't we? And then we're going to go on the new app, House Party. Everybody's on it. So it's amazing how societies that changed within such a short space of time. Everything's changing. And like I said, for me, I'm the opposite. With the routine at home, I have had to be really militant because my kids really like structure. So that's why at school, they get on well at school because there's a lot of structure. At the weekends, it's chaos if there's no structure.
Yeah.
So for me, sorry guys, he's taking a picture. So this is the reality of working from home. He's taking a picture. So basically for me, shall I show you the schedules that I've got for the kids, guys? This is the homeschooling schedule that I had for last week. I was waking up at 5:30, getting in a workout before I woke them up or before they woke up. So I had a little bit of time for me personally, because the day with the two of them at his age, trying to do schoolwork, and Fleur's age, it is so intense trying to sit down and do schoolwork. So this is their little schooling schedules.
Oh, you're so organised.
So they start the day off with tidy their room, then a dog walk at 7:30, breakfast and a dog walk, then reading and Renaissance quizzes before working out. 9 a.m. they have cosmic yoga or the body coach workout, who I would love to get on our show. So Joe Wicks, if you do see this on my Instagram and you'd like to join us on one of our episodes of Manic Mums, we'd love to have you on as a guest in one of our shows. We would. We'd love to have you on, because what Joe is doing for the nation, I think, is amazing. The kids this morning, it's not a school week, and Fleur got us upset because she realised she'd missed the first 5 minutes of her PE class with Joe Wicks. I mean, that's just brilliant.
Yeah, he's amazing. I think he's making life a lot easier for a lot of mums with kids at home.
It's just remarkable. But what I've had to do is also, that's the school homeschooling, and now it's the holidays. I have to have a little bit of
Is it the holidays? I can work this out because I said to my son this morning, I think you've got another week yet. I think there's another week till the Easter holidays. Is it this week?
Our kids finished on Friday officially. So we had 1 week of homeschooling and then they finished on Friday. But what I've had to do is create a little schedule for the school holidays because we're not going anywhere. We need something to do, or otherwise they could be stuck on iPads in front of the telly, and I do not want that. I need them to be stimulated and doing things.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I've even done little...
my Easter week starts next week. I think this would be last week of school. I mean, I'm everywhere. I have no idea, but I definitely think it would be next week. So they'd be finishing this Friday.
Oh, right.
We've got different Easter holidays.
We might do, yeah. Ours had 3.5 weeks off. How long did yours have?
2.5.
2.5. So when we're moving into the next topic, I'm just going to disappear for 1 second and I'll leave this to you, Fran.
Okay.
News. I will be 2 minutes, but are we following or ignoring the news? I know what I feel, but I will be back in a minute.
I think it's a split. I think we're very split there. I think there are a lot of people who are sticking to the rules and staying indoors and doing all the right things in isolation. And then I think there's another group of people who seem to think that this isn't going to affect them. They're invincible. As we know, somebody had a party the weekend, a karaoke party, which is absolutely insane. In their house, with a load of people, and then there's people as well who still think it's okay to meet a friend or a couple of friends because it's not going to happen to them. And I think there's still people out there who think it's not going to affect them in any way. This week alone, I know 2 people who have lost 2 people in their lives. One of my old friends who I used to be friends for years ago lost her mum this week, which was really sad from the coronavirus. Yes, she did have underlying issues. And then I heard of somebody else that we knew who was only 76 who's died. And I think when you know people, it becomes very real and very, very scary.
Yeah.
And I just think that there's not enough people who are taking it seriously. And I think that's the real shame here, because this could all be over a lot quicker if people just stick by the rules. Otherwise, it's going to go. They reckon it could go on another 6 months.
I know, and that terrifies me because the thing is, while the children are at home, it's virtually impossible for me to work. We both Hayden and I work remotely, so we work from home. We don't have an office space as such to go to. So to try and then be able to deliver on work from home together as a couple is really, really difficult. Sorry, darling. Daddy's got some downstairs.
I got paper in the printer.
Okay, well, Daddy's downstairs. We're just midway through recording. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's really difficult. It's really difficult for people that need to work as well and earn money and get back to normal. Like when I heard this could be 6 months, I was like, oh my God.
I know.
Because I did have some good news last week amongst all this horrible news.
Yeah.
I'm going back to America. They want me to come back. I know, and they're hoping that I can come back at the end of June. So that's 3 months away. So
amazing.
All depends. It all depends on the situation and what's happening. So who knows? But
that will be. Sorry.
No, it's right. I was just saying to hear that it could be 6 months. That's so long.
Well, the main thing I want to know is 2 things. When are we going to be able to travel, and when are the kids going to go back to school? And I feel exactly the same now, Fran. Obviously my mindset was so laid back before, but now I just feel like I don't even want to go. We have the bare essentials at home, but I don't even want to go to Tesco's or anywhere, because I'm even in the thought, I go, if I have to go, I put gloves on. I don't want to, and then it's now making me think at a whole new level of hygiene that I never thought about. So I'm even thinking that packaging, that food, that's been touched by so many different people. How, sorry, 1 second. Hayden, can Rocco go downstairs?
Yeah, totally agree. I have to show you how I go out. So I haven't been out though for 7 days, but this is my, those masks don't work. So you literally have to cover your whole face.
I know. That's a great idea.
With gloves. And I haven't ventured to the shop yet, but I feel like today, because I feel a lot better and it's, you know, over 7 days, think, well, I do need to get a few bits. But yeah, I know what you mean. You feel like, oh, the thought of it is so scary. Like, you just don't know who's got what and what's on the I totally agree with you.
What's
it's
the
really
protocol?
hard.
Like, what is the hygiene? Like the chance of the coronavirus being on apples or bananas, and then you pick that up from someone else that's touched that, or the people that are working in the warehouse might have corona and they've put it. It's making me think I don't even want to eat, because I'm getting so paranoid about touching anything. And I mean,
I know.
It's just so interesting how, like, socially, how everything's changed, and how apps that no one was in, you know, no one really used, like house party, Zoom, what's the other one, TikTok. Everyone's doing TikToks.
I can't do it.
I don't know. I'm trying. I can't do it.
Frustrated. I'm desperate to do some TikToks and I cannot do it. And every time I ask my daughter, she hasn't got the patience to sit with me and help me. But I really want to do some TikToks as well. I'm like so frustrated.
I can't believe it. Fleur's so good at TikToks. We've tried a few and it's taken me like 2 or 3 hours to try and get the routine, and I just can't get it. I'm useless.
I know, it's true. It's so hard. But yeah, it's just the craziest time. Like we dropped something to my mum's yesterday and we told her don't touch the bag for 15 minutes. Because I heard that it can actually sit on bags and packaging. So, you know, what do you do? It's like, it's actually just so...
It's so surreal. Well, the other day, we were just desperate to get out of the house, and obviously we don't want to go anywhere to be infected or infect anyone. If we did have it, we don't realise. So we literally decided to go for a drive, a family drive. So we went for a drive in the countryside, and then on the way, Rocco got really upset and said, are we on our way to see Nanny? And we were like, no, we can't see Nanny. And he started getting upset and started crying. And we went, oh. So on our way back from our really long drive, we drove past my mum's house and parked away from the house and put our windows down, and they stood at the front door and we had a chat with them. And that was our way of socially distancing, seeing our family for 5 minutes. But he got really upset that he couldn't give her a hug and he couldn't give her a kiss. And she's all upset because it's his birthday this week and she can't be with him. It's really
so
upsetting.
sad.
But before we obviously finish our episode 4, I think we need to start thinking about, obviously, everyone that's listening, we want to keep everyone motivated and positive and happy in this.
Yes.
And that is why I love Joe Wicks, because that's what he's doing. He's reminding us all that exercise, the endorphins from exercise. So what I'm starting my day off with is I'm starting my day with a Joe Wicks YouTube workout, and I'm finishing my day with a yoga Zoom class with my friend's yoga studio in LA, which is surreal. I would have never have done that. I've never seen her studio until now, which is amazing. So in a weird way, it's creating things that we never even realized existed. So definitely. I'm having yoga classes with these LA yogis, which is the most incredible thing. And I'll put a link somewhere, because those yoga classes are via Zoom. And actually, it's incredible, because I didn't think I'd get anything out of a yoga class on Zoom, but really, it's quite an intimate experience. There's meditation, you do your yoga. I love it. Maybe we can have her as a guest as well. Let's get Joe Wicks as a guest. Let's get all of these motivational people as guests and find out what they're thinking. But the conversation I had with her was that she's saying this is also, and quite a few people are looking at it a positive way, that this is a chance for us all to reset. People like you and I who are creative people. To think.
Yeah. I think so. I think it's also a good time to bond with your immediate family, you know, at home. I know not everybody lives with somebody. Some people live on their own. That's why things like house party and having the phone, having FaceTime is so valuable and so important. Because my cousin lives on his own at home, and he lives, every night he's on house party, having his own little party at home, but he doesn't feel lonely because we're all there to kind of join in with him.
I know. Nice.
For people in families or have little ones like yourself, and I have kids, it's such a lovely time to spend just with them as well, because everybody's always busy doing their own thing. You know, kids are busy, your hubby's busy, I'm busy, whatever. And this is a time we really are pulling together. We're cooking, we're making more home. It's so easy to just say, I'm going to go and get a takeaway from down the road, which we've stopped doing.
I haven't stopped doing that.
Oh yeah, no, we not done any takeaways or anything. So
Oh,
so you know,
I have.
eating at home, making things from that you would never think to do, you know, like a tin in your cupboard that you turn into something. So those are the positives. Obviously, spending a lot more time to reflect. We all need to have time to reflect and
also
you know,
appreciate Mother Nature. I think this is the thing. It's like, maybe is this the universe's way of saying, we're here, this is the universe, this is Mother Nature, we've protected you, but you forget about us. And now we're appreciating the smallest things. The most amazing thing that touched my heart, when we went out for our morning dog walk, Rocco went, "Mummy, can you hear the birds tweeting? It's lovely." And I was like, oh.
Those little things that you appreciate. And do you know what? For our dogs, my dog has never been so happy. He's got us at home 24/7.
I know.
I always used to feel guilty because I was always leaving the dog.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was always on his own. But like Vinny, who's got no idea what's going on in the world, no idea about coronavirus, is happy as Larry. That's a good thing. Our dogs are happier.
Our dogs are a lot happier.
Our dogs are a lot happier.
I don't know about you, but when we go for our daily dog walk, it is really, well, we try and go much further than we normally would, just to really have that outdoors time and really appreciate nature, which is just incredible.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go for a nice long walk today. It's not as sunny and it's quite cold out there today, but I'm going to give you need the fresh air. You just need to be. Yeah. The other day, I mean, I'm going to be really honest. I have stopped watching the news because I was getting terrible panic attacks.
I stopped as well because it's freaking me out. And they say, fear breeds fear, positivity breeds positivity. So I'm spending my time watching things like the Body Coach and this yoga class rather than the news.
Yeah, I was watching the news quite a lot last week, and then this week, because I've been getting some like awful panic attacks like during the night where I felt I couldn't breathe, and I was thinking, oh my god, maybe it is the virus and it's attacked my lungs. And it was the fact that I just couldn't breathe from fear, so I kept doing that. I kept deep breath, and so the thing that gets me through that is my meditation talk downs. Oh god, they're fantastic. Where I used to listen to manifest meditation, now I listen to anxiety.
I'm the same. I'm the same. How weird.
Yeah, so that's really helpful. If anybody is feeling anxious, to go to bed listening to those self-help, meditation tapes. They're so amazing. They really, really are.
I think especially if they are getting any chest infections, and even if it is a light case of corona, the more meditation that you do, and I've been doing exactly the same. It's so weird. I normally listen to affirmations about power of the mind, success, manifestation, and now all my meditations about chilling myself the hell down. And like really calming myself down, because it's lovely in some ways being at home with the kids, but also when you are thinking we do have tasks to do, I don't want them in front of the TV, stuck in front of the TV, and trying to keep them occupied, but inside four walls, you've got to get really creative. So it is nice though, because even, for example, I've seen the kids doing things that they wouldn't normally do. So Fleur, she's baked for the last 2 or 3 days. She baked on her own last night. She made like Rice Krispie cakes, which is just lovely. She's never done that. It'd be nice if she tidied up after herself in the kitchen, though.
Listen, my kid doesn't do that.
Oh, do they not? Okay, that's going to go on for a while then.
But no, teach them while they're young. Definitely teach them while they're young. Yeah. But
so
no,
anyway,
it's a tough time, but we're all going to get through it together. I just think everyone pulls together. Everyone does the same. This could be over before we know it, and we could all be back to normality.
Yes.
And I just hope in the meantime that, all our loved ones stay safe, and that's all all that concerns me. And actually, not having to be in or money worries, anything. It's all that my loved ones stay safe, and I think that's like for everybody.
And also, I think just as we're ending this episode, I just want to say a massive, massive shout out to the NHS, to everybody out there that are key workers, that are risking themselves, even the teachers that are going into schools. People like my mum, she's in her 60s, she's having to go into school and she's around other people at the moment when we're lucky enough to be isolated at home. So we've got to think about those people and to keep supporting them. And if there is anybody out there that is feeling on their own and low, Fran and I are here. message us on our Instagram. We want to help find a space for people that do feel lonely. Don't ever feel lonely. If you are on your own and you're feeling lonely, jump on our Zoom call next time. We'll give you the link. We'll get you involved. We want to hear from people, and we want people to feel like they're in a community, not isolated, not alone. And if you've got any hacks moving forward, let Fran and I know and we'll share them.
Yeah, no, honestly, we're here to talk to you. So if you've got anything worrying you, if you're feeling like we feel, just let us know. We want to hear from you. You know, if we can give you any advice or make you feel better in any way at all, that makes us happy. So please do get in touch, DM us, whatever. But yeah, watch our podcast. I hope you enjoy it. I hope there's things that we've discussed today that relates to yourself. And just keep joining us, because we're going to do these a lot more frequently than just once a week. We're hoping to maybe do it, I don't know, every
few days.
Yeah, every few days.
Because I think we all need a space to just be able to talk, and this is what Fran and I want to achieve with our podcast. But it is time to wind it down. We have to go now, but we hope that you love this episode. We want to hear from you. Get in touch and stay tuned for our next episode 5. Lots of love, guys.
Keep safe. That's the main thing. Keep safe. Lots of love.
Bye.